Hello everybody, Marie by Design here, and today I'm starting my video preparing this plastic vase, okay, for me to coat it with my gesso. It's a big tub of gesso, I know, but it was more profitable for me to buy this big jar of gesso. It's 1 litre because it will last me a long time. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I've got to prepare this with alcohol rub first so I can get it clean, so that I'm hoping that the paint is going to stick to this first. So that's my first step. I am using, now this has 70% alcohol in it. I don't have any isotol, but what I do recommend is buying isotol, but I'm going to see this first to see how this works, because it's got alcohol in it, 70% in it. So I'm going to see how that is. I've got my plastic mat on my table. It's my craft mat. I've got some kitchen paper to rub it on, and then I'm going to rub it off, rub the alcohol off with that. And then later on, when I've done a couple of coats of the gesso and it's all dried, so it'll take probably a couple of days before I come and do the other effects on my vase. I'm also using this product, which is called Viva Ink Gold. It is metal gloss paint. It's a paint effect you rub onto your paint surfaces that you're doing in mixed media, and then you buff it off, and it leaves a gold like finish on the surface of your paint. So I'll do it liberally, but that'll be later on in the video. And then I'll finish it off with one of my luster waxes from Sizzix. I have put all these new products on my YouTube channel of what I've got that's arrived, and explained what I'm doing with the vase, and I said I would give updates. So that's all to come in following videos. So that's what I'm doing in this video. First of all, rubbing this with alcohol. I'm going to show you how I'm applying. Now this is my first time, so if I make any mistakes, please excuse me. This is trial and error. I'm seeing how this turns out and see if it works, and if not, I'll develop better later on in other videos of going along on my works of mixed media. Okay, so I'm going to pull my camera down now and show you what I'm going to do. I just wanted to explain that. I'm also going to be wearing gloves. I don't know how strong this gesso is, or how strong the paint effects is, the Inca Gold. I don't know, so I'm not wearing a mask, okay? I'm thinking of whether or not to open a window. I don't know how all this is going to get, how strong all this is that I'm working with, but I'm going to open a window nearby. So I'm just going to pull my camera down, open a window, and then start. Okay, so I'm just turning my camera down there. Okay, that's my table I'm working at. Let me get, no, if I get too far in, you're not going to see. Okay, I think that's a good view. As you can see, I've got my work mat here. It's my wipeable craft mat. As you can see, there's my gesso, my vase that I should be working on. Okay, my paper towel, my alcohol rub. Okay, right. Going to put my gloves on now. It's not in a very good place, is it, this camera? There, that's better. Okay, just putting my gloves on now. I bought these in a box of 100, pack of 100 vinyl disposable gloves, multi-purpose, from B&M. I can't remember how much they were. Okay, I have got 2 face masks, but it depends, as I say, how what it is with the paint. Anyway, as you can see, I've got my gloves on. That's my vase. Excuse me for 1 minute while I just open my window for ventilation. Should have already done this to begin with. Okay. As you can see, those are my sponges, which I'll be using to apply the gesso on. And that's too far now with my camera. Just raise my camera up a bit more so you can see what I'm doing. I think that's the good height. Okay, I'm just going to get some paper towel now. Okay, fold it in half, square. Take my alcohol rub. This is just trial and error. I don't know how well this is going to do. I just want to get the grease marks off my vase, and just see whether or not, and just rub it all in. The alcohol, it's just to get grease off it, and you know, just wanted to get grease off it, see how well it goes, and I'll be able to tell you whether or not it's worked, because there's grease on this and dust and all sorts. I just wanted to see what it was like. I'm just going to fold that over, put some more on. Just continue to rub it all over. As I say, it's to get dust off and fingerprints for applying the paint. Actually, it does feel like it's doing something really good. It does feel like it's working, actually. For first attempt. I do have to get myself some of that isotol alcohol rub though. I don't know what that is. That must be inside the vase. Just going to rub that inside. Just have a look and see if it is inside. Is it inside? I don't know. I'm just going to put a bit more alcohol on that and just see if that's just a mark inside or whether it's sun damage or whatever it is, or whether it's a bit of sticky. But hopefully when I start painting it'll cover it anyway. Well, that's looking really good, that is, with that, so that's quite good. Just making sure I've got that. Yeah, actually that's really good. It's took those fingerprints off, or whatever it was that was on there. So this seems to be doing the job, actually. The fingerprints and that seems to be doing the job really well. That's a good cheap alternative, isn't it? Yeah, so that looks really good. There's a bit more down there that needs to come off. I'm going to get another piece of kitchen paper. There's a bit more there that I want to get off. Yeah, this is really cleaning this plastic vase up. Yeah, so make sure you've that's really cleaned that up. I'm really impressed with that. It's definitely took all those fingerprints off, or whatever it was that was on there. Right, so I'm really impressed with that. I'm just going to do the just that bit, just round the rim, because it's still a bit, it's still just a bit round that rim. See, it had been resting on my windowsill and caused a lot of dust since I last used it and washed it up, as gathered. Bit more there. God, I've got this. Right, I'm going to just go inside. Alright, I don't know if I'll be coating the inside, but I'm just going to give that a bit of a I don't know if I'll be coating it, as I say. But yeah, that's really come up really good, that has. Really impressed with that. Right. Now, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to give that a buff up now. As I say, that alcohol has really got those fingerprints off. It's really brilliant, that is. It's a cheap alternative to isotol. Isotol would have done it better, but, you know. But really impressed with that. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's that done and prepared. Really impressed. It's made a smooth surface. Okay, so that's that. Right, now I've shook this up because I have had it for a while, wondering what to do with it. Right, this is Peebo, whatever you can. It's got a seal on the top of it. Move that. Okay, I don't know what this product is like, but I'm hoping it's going to be good. Okay, right. As I say, this comes in a pack of 4, and I had these off Amazon. I'm thinking, which one do I use? Well, because it's a big one. And they were only $7.99, as I said in one of my videos. Right, I'm just going to dab that. There's no other, what's it, okay. Don't want to put too much on to begin with. And I'm just going to put my hand inside and I'm going to start doing okay, go round. Around the edge carefully. Light on the side, it might be better and you can see what I'm doing. I mean, this is going to make this stretch a long way, and the reason because I'm doing this is so that I don't have any brush marks. If I was going to use a brush, I think it would, you know, you'd have brush marks. So that's why I chose to get these sponge, because I saw somebody using them on Hobby Maker and I thought I'll get some of those rather than use a brush. As you can see, the applications, and you just keep doing that until you've covered your vase. And now I think, because I've gone and prepared this vase to begin with, getting rid of the grease marks and the dust with that alcohol rub, but as I say, get yourself some isotol, so that is the best. I think it will give it a better finish. As you can see, it's quite quick, isn't it? I've not done this before. This is a first attempt at doing this. As you can see, it's coating the plastic really good. It's a vase I had in my living room that I had off my kids some time ago. With some flowers. As you can see, I'm getting quite a good coverage here with doing this sponge. I mean, as I say, I'm giving this a go. It's my first attempt. And this jar is going to last me quite some time. Right, don't put any more paint on, just make sure I spread all that round so it's evenly coated. I am going to paint the bottom as well, but what I need to do is let the sides, I won't paint the bottom yet, the sides need to dry, and then I can lay it on its edge, you know, and then paint the bottom in another a bit later on. But I just wanted you to see what this was like with one coat to begin with. Now if you've got your hand in the jar to ease it round, that's why I say don't paint the bottom yet. But this, I'm really liking this coverage. Now that has not took me very long, has it, to and if this works out, I'll be making these to sell, these vases, once I can know where to get the plastic vases from. And I should imagine this will be drying quite quickly, but I'm going to build this up over time. Right, what I need to do is let this now dry. I've yeah, it's not bad for my first attempt, is it? I'm really pleased. Right, I'm going to let that dry now and build the coats up. Right, I'm just going to do that so it blends all in before it dries, so there's no like sponge marks. If I do that quick, there's no, do it lightly, there's no sponge marks. So do all that before the first coat dries. and you'll get a good finish. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. This is my what's it into mixed media. Just make sure it's all even, which it is. Yeah, I'm going to go to the charity shops and see what I can find. I'm just going to do this bit here if I can. Ooh, maybe not. I don't want to paint the bottom just yet because it's got to dry. Right, I'm not going to get in there, I don't think, with the big one. I'm going to have to use my small ones, I think. Right, I'm going to change to a small one. Right, I'm going to leave that now. Hang on, let me get in with a small one actually. And I've got a small. This is why these are handy, these different sizes. Let me get a bit of paint off there, off the lid. And I'm going to just do this little bit with this. See, you can get in the ridges there. See, doing it with the smallest one. And you can get in the crevices there. Glad these came in a pack of 4. That's really good. Just want to get this little bit done before the first coat dries. So it doesn't look a mess when I go to put the second coat on. Really brilliant. And then I think these will come off. This gesso will come off. Oh dear, I've just gone and knocked some of my paint. Oh dear, see what's happening. Try not to knock. Try not to knock your paint while it's drying, because you'll chip your paint. Try not to knock it on anything like I just did. Just gone back over it now. Just get in there to coat that bit. I wasn't going to do it until the first coat dried, but I thought, no, what the heck, I'll do it now. And then it'll have a coat on it all right, but I won't do the bottom until that's properly dry. Okay, you get the general idea. Not bad. Not bad for my first attempt. There we are. That's my first go at coating. As you can see, oh, that's a bit knotted down there, but you get the general idea. That's like that. Right, I'm going to allow that to dry now. Okay, can't do anything else. That is part 1. As you can see, I've gone and coated it all the way around with the brushes, and then use my smallest one to do the bottom. Now I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to put this back on to protect my paint. This is why I recommend you wearing gloves, because it is going to get messy. I'm just going to put the lid back on that. Okay, just put, it's not going back on. Just ease it in gently. Oh dear, why is it not going back on the pot? Oh, that's it, you've got to press down. Okay, so right, so that is part 1 of my video. Okay, I'm just going to remove my gloves. Yeah, I do suggest, it's got a mild smell, but I do suggest you opening a window as you're doing this technique. Okay, I'm just taking my gloves off now. Okay, so there may be a there's going to be a part 2 definitely, because I've got to show you putting the other coat on. But I'm going to have my tea now, let that dry, and then come back. Try and not waste gloves. I know they're cheap, but try and not waste gloves if you can help it. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there now. I'm going to go and rinse my sponges off, because I don't want this paint to build up, because these are really good. I don't want to have to keep buying these until they're really gone bad. Anyway, so I'm just make sure you put your lid back on your gesso so it doesn't dry out what between coats, so it stays nice, so you've got it for a long time. Right, if you like this video, please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and please join me soon for part 2 of this video to put another coat on my vase when the first coat's dried. Bye bye for now.